welcome to our second episode of Tailgate Talks with Farmer Dave and Chantal. And today we have some questions to answer from some of you who played along. And Emma's going to read those for us, and we did not practice at this ahead of time.
We've got a question from Lynn P. It says, I'm curious, are bison harder to handle than cattle?
Yes. Next question. So, yes, they are harder to handle than cattle because we can't use electric fence, for example, for the grazing. So we have to build much better fences, and our moves, or our daily moves that we do with our beef cattle don't happen with bison. It's like a weekly or every 2 week move, and the fields are bigger. So that's one of the ways we adapt. And I think when we were helping the neighbor to get his escaped bison back in, we learned a lot about how to handle bison then, because we've only been doing this for 2 or 3 years. So we found out that you certainly can't push them. You got to be patient, and you don't ram around them with four-wheelers and stuff. You just go really slow and kind of let them do their thing, and try not to swear, and try to be very patient.
Yeah, and I think it's perfect because we drove out here to try and get them on film while we were talking, and we scared them by driving up with the truck because the snow is really crunchy right now, and the tires breaking through the snow, so they're a little riled up right now and running around in the forest there behind us.
So our second question is from Lynn C. She said, I was interested in the taste. What does it taste similar to? People say it's not like beef.
Well, we find it tastes very similar to our grass-fed, grass-finished beef, and I think it's relative to what you're used to. If you're used to very mild beef from the grocery store that's corn finished or grain finished, then you will notice a huge difference even from that to our grass-fed beef. And then the bison has even a little bit more flavor than the grass-fed beef, but it's a lot leaner than beef, and higher in iron content and all the good stuff too. Protein content is higher as well.
Rebecca asked, curious about the taste. How do you cook it?
So that question kind of goes with the last one, but I was actually talking to Chef Michelle in the kitchen there this morning about that, and she's gonna volunteer herself and her husband Craig. They're Red Seal chefs, and we're gonna do a little video tutorial on how to cook with grass-fed bison and beef. But mainly you just need to cook low and slow. You don't want to overcook the meat. You want more like a medium rare, because you want to keep all that juice and flavor and tenderness there. Or other cuts like braising ribs or tougher meats, you want to cook for a really long time on low heat.
We have a question from Quint. He says, how do you foresee to inspire our youth to continue with regenerative farming practices? Have you got any ideas on the subject?
That's definitely a question for Dave.
Well, I think first of all, you force your kids to come with you and make them videotape you when you're doing little educational pieces, and then they learn without realizing it. So I think it actually is a really good question, and I don't think there's an easy answer, because if we remember back to like when we were all kids, we weren't necessarily when you're a kid, you would like not want to stand in front of a herd of stampeding bison, for example. But that's pretty cool that they've done that.
Yeah, looks like we're going to the hay area.
Yeah. We came and found the spot out of the wind to do this video, and that's where they were hanging out, and now they're going to the feed instead.
I guess they decided to eat since we're cramping their style.
They didn't like what I had to say about regenerative agriculture and youth. So they got the youth out of here.
Yeah.
But no, like I was saying, I think as kids, we weren't super interested in whatever was the most healthy part of things. So every parent knows their kids better as far as how to try to get them interested. But I do think there's a certain amount of geeky things you can do, like showing kids the dung beetles and manure patties in the summer. So there's a lot of stuff you can talk about, but sometimes it's just a matter of getting youth out and forcing them to do things for a little bit, and then once they get going, they might realize how much they love it. And then the other part of it is that as much as you want to force somebody to help out, not all of us are made to be regenerative farmers. So some youth are going to be super interested in it, and some youth are going to be computer programmers, and we kind of need everybody to make the world work.
And I think when you ask a question like that, how are we going to inspire youth? Well, I think we have been for the last 20 years. Over the years, we've had a lot of different youth come through our farm and either work or be interns or volunteer or come pick vegetables, and I think all of them have taken away a lot of knowledge and inspiration to move on to other careers. For example, there was Oliver. He's now organic certifier for agriculture.
Yep.
Yeah. So he got onto that career path after working for us. So there's an example. But we'll keep doing our best.
Yeah. And I think that sometimes when young people see the contrast between two different systems, that it's much more appealing to work around a herd of stampeding bison for some of us than it is to be applying chemicals in the fields, for example. So that's another way you can attract people to, or young people specifically, to regenerative agriculture.
Anything else for us, Emma?
Nope.
I would actually, you should answer the question, Emma. What do you think it takes to get youth attracted to regenerative ag? I put her on the spot. We didn't plan on that, but
a summer job.
paying some bills?
Yeah.
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 Getting yourself ready for your license and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, thank you guys very much for sticking to the end if you did here. And if you have any other questions or want to talk about a specific topic on the farm, we don't only have bison, we have, like I mentioned, beef, we have pigs, pastured pigs, Emma has her own business with the laying hens, so maybe we should interview her on the Tailgate talk. And we're doing a lot more gardening again. What else am I missing? Oh, organic cash crops, chicken feed, and pig feed. I don't know, I'm probably forgetting something, but
And don't forget quick work. There's a million questions about what you ladies are doing in the kitchen and the warehouse all the time too, to bring everything together from all the other farms.
So lots of things to talk about, and we want to know what you're interested in. So let us know. And that's all for now. Oh yeah, by the way, I guess the bison are settled in now and eating their hay. I guess we didn't scare them too bad. See you next time.